Time to get whipped back into half marathon shape. Let's take a look at my training for the month of February. Hello, fellow geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, and I am glad you are here today. It's time for the monthly update where I take a look back at how training has gone over the past month and give you a little insight as to what is coming up next, anything new I may have tried out, and of course, our monthly Spotify playlist drop if you're looking for new running music. We're going to start things off the way we always do by taking a look at how training has gone. Let's take it away. It is February, and my coach started the month by dropping a new training plan into Vert.Run for me. So he is getting me geared up for Little Rock Half Marathon. He's got everything worked out so that I have plenty of time to train and to taper, get a little bit of speed back. So I'm looking forward to that. My first long run of the month felt actually really nice. Did an hour and a half easy run and felt glorious. So here we are starting a new week, and we've got some easy runs, which I'm using to do 5K training with my 11-year-old, and then some speed sessions, and then a 2-hour long run at the end of the week. So far, so good. We're gonna see how we're feeling after a week of that, as well as my 30-day stretching challenge, which you'll see more about in another video. So I will see you guys next week. And we're back for another week. So last week's long run went really well, actually better than I thought it was going to. And it was my longest run that I've done in several months. And I was very happy. I don't know, I feel like I'm coming back stronger. So this week it is more of the same, some easy runs, and in between some speed drills, and then a 2-hour long run over the weekend. Again, we're just focusing on building up a little bit of strength. And of course, I'm continuing my stretching challenge. I am feeling confident with how training is going. My legs are definitely getting tired. I'm pushing myself more than I have in the past. And I think I'm starting to see it pay off a little bit. So since I am getting consistent stretching done, I'm going to try and turn that into consistent strength training. But I'm going to get through my stretching challenge first and then see how it goes. But I will be back after my next long run. Another week in February, and last week ended up going really well. I went from a speed workout on Friday into a 2-hour long run on Saturday, and by the end of the run Saturday, I was really happy with it. It felt great, but I did feel a little bit of pain on the outside edge of my right ankle, so I'm keeping an eye on that this week. But we are doing more of the same. I have an extra recovery day built in just in case I need it, but it is mostly some easy runs with strides at the end. And we've got 2 days that have some speed intervals, really working on pushing the pace for longer periods and then recovering and going right back into it. So that is where we're headed, and then a nice easy run on the weekend. So we are experiencing a little bit warmer weather. We had it dip back down into freezing temperatures over the weekend, but now it is getting warm again. So we have that to look forward to, and I'm starting to pay a little more attention to my hydration and fueling over the course of a long run. So just more to think about as we get back into half marathon mindset. But I will be back with you for the end of the month after this next long run. And it's the last week of February, and it is taper week for the Little Rock Half Marathon. So I have got several rest days scheduled in, such as today. And so I'm using it just to take a nice easy walk so I can check in, make sure that I'm not feeling any pain or tightness or problems anywhere, just making sure that I can still move. I've got mostly some easy runs this week, one speed session, which is just going to be some 400-meter repeats at a threshold pace, and a long warm up and cool down, so nothing too strenuous. And that's all leading up to Little Rock Half Marathon on Sunday. On Saturday, I'm going to be cheering on my friends who are running the 5K and 10K. I'm not going to be running either of those this year, but I will be cheering, so I'll be there for that. I'm also doing just a little bit of cross training, such as going on a hike with my family. Let me insert some footage of that right now. So that was a fun time, and we're looking forward to doing that again sometime really soon. But yeah, this is kind of the culmination of really pushing myself for the last month or so. And I think it's been worth it. I think this is going to prep me to do 13 miles in a more social setting. I'm letting my friends set the pace, just kind of taking things easy. We'll walk, we'll run, we'll do whatever, but it's just getting through the 13 miles. And then in mid-March, I'll be doing another half marathon in Alabama. And that's where I'll focus a little more on tuning everything in and making sure that I am doing half marathon at a similar pace to what I was doing towards the end of last year. So that gets us through the month of February. We're going into race time in March. I will see you then. Let's take it back inside. And that brings us up to now. Now, as I mentioned, this has been a month of rebuilding back up to the half marathon shape that I was in towards the end of last year, making sure that I can maintain at least a similar pace, even though I'm not getting any younger and I'm definitely not getting much faster, but I would like to maintain this pace as long as I humanly can. Some of the speed drills have been absolutely draining, but I have pushed my way through them and I'm feeling really positive about the progress that I'm making. Am I going to hit a new PR sometime this year? I have absolutely no way of knowing, but I am going to definitely enjoy my run while I'm out there while pushing myself as best that I can. You also heard me mention that the Little Rock Half Marathon is primarily going to be a social run for me. I'm just going to be with friends to be out on the course. As you remember, the Little Rock Marathon was my first marathon that I completed, so I know how trying that course can actually be. So I'm just going out there to have some fun. So make sure that you stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to have a video about my half marathon weekend, meeting up with friends from around the country and just enjoying the time out on the course. I'll have a link up here to the last time that I ran the Little Rock Marathon, and it was, as I said, my first marathon that I finished. So definitely check that out. Looking at what's coming up on the race calendar, of course, on March 3rd, I'm going to have the Little Rock Half Marathon. And then on March 23rd, I'm going to be traveling to Woodville, Alabama to Cathedral Caverns State Park for the Race to the Cave Half Marathon. This is a half marathon that takes place on state park property, and it ends with the final 2 miles in the actual cave system. So this is not one that is going to be easy for Strava to track because there is no GPS in the cave for the last couple of miles. However, I will have my watch on me, so we'll just see how things go with that. That is one that I am going to be running a little more seriously to make sure that I am dialed in on good half marathon form and making sure that I am maintaining a nice even pace. Now, I know I do have some personal travel coming up in April and again in June, but I am still looking for some other half marathons in other states to run. So if you know of anything that I should add to my race schedule, please drop those down in the comments below. As far as new gear, equipment, or anything like that, nothing really new over the last month or so. However, I did get a new outfit that I'll be debuting for the Little Rock Half Marathon since it is a dinosaur theme. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And I'll be talking in next month's update about how that outfit worked out for me if you would like to maybe find a similar one for yourself. Next, an update on where I am in the Run the Year Challenge. Again, this is something that I do every year where whatever the year is, that's how many miles I'll try to cover over the course of the year. So since it's 2024, I'll be trying to cover 2,024 miles. As of the recording of this video, I am at 343.24 miles, and that's before I go for a run today, so I'll add a few more onto that. But so far, so good. It's looking like if I keep up the pace that I'm going, that I should have it done by the end of the year. And finally, just like we do every month, I'm going to have a link down below to this month's Spotify playlist. I always put out a list of about 10 or so songs lasting about 30 minutes. So if you have a short run, maybe a 5K coming up, you're looking for new music to listen to, you just want to get some new ideas, then there is a list down below in the description so you can listen to something new. There's also a link to the 2024 playlist, and that is all the tracks that have been used over the course of the last few months. You will also find a link to Welcome to the Geek Den. This is a playlist put together by you, the runners. If you have any suggestions for songs that you would like to see on that list, make sure that you drop those down in the comments below. But if you're just looking for something new that other runners are using for their pump up list, then make sure that you check that out. And of course, while you're down in the comments, make sure that you have clicked that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it keeps you up to date on all the running content I have coming out all the time. You could also give this video a big thumbs up. Both of those get me out to more runners just like you. you. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you could be here for another month. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. I will see you later.